Hey, what's up, fellas? This is Samuel G, and I have something I wanna share with you. Just some stuff I was discussing last night with Colin Cruikshank, one of the guy in the Mage group that we have, and then I'm currently prepping to GM, and you know he, I was telling him how I'm structuring about the preludes, because what I want to do in this campaign is I want to run uh, all these players, 4 players. I want to run them individual preludes. Uh, classic. Oh, World of Darkness prelude 1-on-1. This is the stuff that happens to you just to introduce the character before the chronicle kind of thing. And I said to him like, and then I want to have session 0 where as a group we're gonna get together and talk about the characters and the relationships and create these bonds and and their avatars, and how we're gonna do that, and just the overall feel of just getting to know each other a little bit more and just talking about the campaign in itself but not playing. Then session 1. So we already had a session alpha or session X where we did the game expectation and social contract and all the politics. But so 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 yeah, the preludes, and then session 0, and then the campaign start. And it makes for a lot of pre campaign stuff, but I wanted to do that. And so Colin asked me why the prelude before session 0, because we could have done the other way around, and it feels a little bit more natural to do the other way around. And but I was thinking about this, chatting with him, and for me, it's just a GM trip. And this is why I want to make this video this morning. I want to ask you guys: do you have these GMs, little not fetishes but little things, little trips that you have? I don't, in French, in Quebec where I live, we have this expression like, like un trip de GM, like a GM trip, like just something that you want to do for yourself, not for anybody else, that you are interested in seeing stuff in it, and it's just a trip. So I don't know how you guys say that in English, but yeah, it's so it's just that stuff that you want to do as a GM. Because people who follow this channel, me. I like game theory. I like game design. I want to explore ways of playing this hobby. I'm exploring different approaches and different kind of strategies in order to get the kind of experience that I expect and I want and stuff. And so I try many different things. And to do so, sometimes you need to do things differently, and you need to not you need, but feels like you want to try stuff for yourself. Like, and I didn't ask permission from the player whatsoever. I said that to them. They said no problem, and the only thing really that I want to see, and it's just a fun thing as a GM to do so, is I want to get a feel. First, I want to get an individual feel of the players and build GM player relationship individually before session 0. And that's the thing. Like, I don't know exactly why, but I feel like it's gonna make for a way better session 0. And also, on the other hand, at the same time, I want to get a character feel, an individual character feel, because it's important to separate the two, right? It's not the same at all. You have characters, you have players. It's not the same at all. So for me, and so I want to have these individual feel to get to know these guys better as players, and then as the game master, the storyteller, I want to get a good feel of these characters. because I asked them to come up with their character ready for next Monday, and so they've been working on their character for like a week at least right now, and so they have like all these backstories and really deep characters. It's psychologically complex and all that, and it's amazing because it's World of Darkness. That's what you need, and I'm really inspired by that. So for me, it's important, to do these prelude, just as it's suggested in all World of Darkness core book. And then so the idea, once I'm gonna have the individual feel of the players and the character, when we're gonna get into session 0, I'm gonna have an advantage on these guys, an aesthetic advantage, a logistic storytelling advantage, because I know them in a way that they don't know each other the same way. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, this is a psychological thing, this is a sociological thing, this is a political thing. It's the idea that I will be the only player in the game that has a perspective, an individual perspective on these guys beforehand. So when I'm gonna get into session 0, I'm gonna have that boom, that up there perspective on the group, because I know them individually and they don't. So the way I'm gonna be able to, present them to one another, the way I'm gonna be able to discuss the avatar procedure we want to use, the way the way we're gonna create these bonds between one another, is gonna be way more easier, less artificial, more fluid. Session 0 is gonna be, easier to do, and then once that's gonna be done, I mean, when we're gonna start the campaign, it's just I'm just gonna be one step ahead, just always a little bit ahead, ready to react to the players. So that's how I see it. So this is what I want to do with this, and this is just a trip. This is just a GM little goodies of, I can do it. Players have no problem with it. So I want to have that experience as a GM. I want to have that perspective. I want to see how it goes. So what have you ever had these little GM trips? GM, like, I don't know how to say it in English, but GM little needs, or just goodies that you want to do for yourself and that the player are not necessarily aware of, and that makes for the whole fun of what it is to be a GM. I'd like to hear about those GM stuff that you guys do as GMs out there, in what game and for from what reason, and yeah, some video response maybe for this one. All right, talk to you guys soon.